Hi, Liam Ward here at LearnTheHarmonica.com. Today I'm teaching you something that I've had loads of requests about. We're going to learn how to play a drone note to get a really cool bagpipe sound on the harmonica. So today we're doing something a little bit different from normal. I've had loads of people ask about this, and there's some great players who've done versions of this. Howard Levy, of course, I've heard Brendan Power do a kind of version, I think Carlos Del Junco, and there's a Ben Hewlett video which some people have sent me the link to and said, what's he doing here? How's he doing it? And what they're doing is getting a drone note whilst they're playing a melody note. So there's a continued note underneath the melody that they're playing. Let me play an example for you now and then we'll talk about how to do it. Okay, so what's going on there? Hopefully you can hear that it's not just a single note, but it's not a full chord. There's a melody going on, and there's also a drone note, a note playing underneath the melody that I'm playing. Okay, so first off, I'm on a low E-flat harmonica. That's not necessary for this technique. You can try this on any harmonica. You could be using a C harmonica, but it doesn't really matter. I've just chosen to use a low harmonica because I think it sounds nice. I think it's a nice low key. I was looking at Ben Hewlett's video because some people were asking me about what he was doing there, and he was using a low E-flat. So I thought, well, I'll use one as well. It sounds really nice on this. And a little bit of a disclaimer as well. I'm not a great player of this technique. I can kind of just about fudge it, but I wanted to give you this because I've had so many requests about it. I thought it'd be nice to get you started, and then you'll probably learn what I can do very quickly and pass past that and learn a lot more than me. But I thought I'd teach you what I know, and you'll overtake me and do way better. So you might have noticed the tune I was playing. I was playing Amazing Grace. Now I've put the tab in the video description, and I have done another video where I teach you the whole of Amazing Grace. I was playing it in second position, so that means in this case it was the key of B flat on an E flat harmonica. If you're on a C harmonica, that'd be the key of G. Doesn't really matter. The key point when you're playing second position is your tonic, your note that you'd return to, if you like, and where the tonal center of the song seems to be, is your 2-draw, or crucially your 3-blow. And this is really important in this context because that's the note that's going to be our drone note. That's going to be underneath everything we're playing, and that's the additional thing we're doing, which is going to make it sound that little bit weird, something strange going on. It's a bit like on a bagpipe. Bagpipes tend to have a drone. There's other instruments that do it also, but it's the one that reminds me of this technique most. Also in Indian music, I think certain instruments have they put a drone underneath the melodies that they're playing. But for me, it reminds me of the bagpipes, and perhaps you too. Perhaps there's other instruments. Let me know in the comments. I'm actually going to be on holiday in Scotland when this video goes out, so I thought it was a good time to put it out. But we're going to play that note, that 2-draw or the 3-blow, the whole time we're playing a melody. So that does mean you can play it on any key of harmonica, but it has to be a harmonica where you can get that 2-draw and the 3-blow, the same note. So standard tuned Hohner special 20s, as I've got here, they're tuned to Richter tuning, which is the normal kind of 10-hole diatonic blues harmonica tuning. Any of those harmonicas would work. Other harmonicas come in other tunings and they don't have that repeated note. That's going to be a problem because if you think about any melody that uses blow and draw notes, you need to have the drone note playing the same time as the melody note the whole way through. What if you get a draw note and your drone note is a blow note? Then you've got a problem. So we're going to get around that because our 2-draw and our 3-blow are the same note. Okay, so the section I played of Amazing Grace It's often used as the example tune, by the way. It works really well, but you could work out your own. Started. And you'll notice my mouth, although I'm covering it with my hand a bit, you'll notice my mouth is changing width repeatedly. So it's a technique that requires tongue blocking. If you want to get into tongue blocking and learn all the basic techniques and all the really cool nuances you get from tongue blocking, I'll put a link in the description to my tongue blocking e-course, my premium e-course, and you can follow the link and see if that's something for you. But this is an additional thing that is really, really cool with tongue blocking, where we're getting two notes at once, but our mouth is actually changing width. So we're not always keeping a constant width in order to get those two notes, because we're keeping the same note on the left-hand side, the 2 draw, or the 3 blow, and then we're playing a different note, of varying notes, to play the melody further up. So your first task would be to just learn to play Amazing Grace, or the song that you're trying to do this with, without the drone note. So assuming you've got which I'll put in the tab beneath the video, then you need to start adding a drone note to every single one of those notes. So the first 2 notes are 4 draw and then 6 blow. And let's just take those as our example for this video, because the whole thing is a lot to take in. So we're just going to start with these 2 notes. We need to play, as well as the 4 draw, we need to play a 2 draw. So we've got and da, 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 da. Both those notes at once. Not both those noses at once. So my mouth is over 3 holes. We're playing over 2, 3 and 4. And my tongue is just blocking out the middle one. So I'm putting my tongue down the middle with the tip of my tongue. I'm trying to get those 2 notes at once to get that drony sound. But then, of course, when we switch to the blow notes, we don't want to be on hole 2 anymore. We want to be on hole 3 instead. And our next melody note is 6 blow. So we're going to switch to 3 and 6 blow, which is a 4 note width. I'm not sure the light's very good here, I'm sorry. And our tongue is going to block out the middle 2 holes. So we're playing 3 on one side and 6 on the other. If you are a tongue blocker, you'll be used to that, because that's an octave split. Because 3 and blow are actually the same note, an octave apart. Mine's a bit out of tune, but they are. So we're already in the first 2 notes having to go from a 3-hole width to a 4-hole width. And this changes as the tune goes through. So it's kind of oral gymnastics. So it's not for the faint-hearted. I mean, the next note, 7 draw, wow. You're on 7 draw and 2 draw at the same time. So you're talking about, what's that, 6-hole width. And then you've got to try and use your tongue to block out all of those 4 middle ones. As best as you can. As I say, I'm not actually that good at this. I can just about fudge this little section of the tune. But I just want to give you the basics of the idea so that you understand, because I've had so many requests saying, what's going on there? How are people getting that sound at the same time? It takes a lot of work to get comfortable with it, because it's bad enough having to just tongue block. It's bad enough then on top of that having to play, for example, octaves where they're quite a constant shape, at least on the blow notes. The draw notes would get a bit messy again. But if you're trying to play this constant note on the left and the whole melody changing on the right, and even then the constant note is 2 blow or 3, 2 draw or 3 blow, so that changes as well. There's a lot going on, but it's worth working as a little party piece. It's worth working a tune out. You could try, as I say, for me it's a Scottish sounding thing, it almost sounds like a bagpipe thing. You could try a tune that would fit the bagpipes, Scotland the Brave, but the thing is, it gets really, really wide. If you have to play a melody note that's way up the top end, it's going to be really, really difficult. I mean, that was 7, and that was getting tricky there. I think it does go up to 8 in a later part of the tune. Part of the thing that you have to work out is sometimes the melody would be more contained down towards the bottom end, which will be easier in theory if you play it in first position. But the problem with playing it in first position, playing in the same key as the key of the harmonica, is that you then haven't got a drone note on a blow and the draw. So second position gives you that option of the 2 draw / 3 blow as your drone note. So great, tick that box. But it does mean you haven't always got the melody notes you want. So it's always a fine balance. And that's why Amazing Grace works quite well. Well, on the one hand, it works well just because of the song it is. It sounds nice, I think, with the drone note, and lots of other people have done it, so I think they'd agree. But on the other hand, it works well just because the melody notes and the drone both work in second position. So you kind of, unless you've got a specially tuned harmonica, which maybe you have, or maybe you could create one, where you've got a drone note on the blow and the draw, all it would mean is, for example, changing the 1 draw or the 4 draw to the same as the 1 blow or the 4 blow. Be a little bit weird, but something like that would give you a drone note on the blow and the draw. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I'm just trying to give you a little bit of an idea of the difficulties involved. But essentially, you've got an idea of the technique now, which is keeping that constant note called a drone note on the left-hand side, or on the low note side of your harmonica, and then playing the melody further up so that you've always got that kind of full sound. I hope this has dispelled the mystery for anyone who was wondering about this technique. And please, before you go, give me a thumbs up. That would really help my channel. And if you do enjoy my lessons, make sure you're subscribed as well, because I put out a free harmonica lesson every single week. I take requests, so do put your comments beneath the video, and you can email contact@LearnTheHarmonica.com or find me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Just search for my name or for LearnTheHarmonica.com. I'll be back very soon with another harmonica lesson. Until then, enjoy your practice. Cheers.